The four horsemen of the awakening are not divine messengers. They are the movement of the ego, the false self that rises when truth draws near. The ego is Cain. It's always wrong, but it doesn't know it's wrong. It cannot be corrected because correction requires humility, and ego has none. The first horse is white, deception. It looks pure, but it's pride in disguise. The ego crowns itself with the illusion of being right. The crown isn't a reward, it's permission, God giving man over to the desires of his heart. Like Cain, it builds altars and calls them holy, but its worship is self-serving. The white horse is false light, arrogance disguised as revelation. The red horse follows. When truth confronts deception, peace disappears. The ego fights to survive because the blood of Abel is crying from the ground, not for vengeance, but for truth to be seen. What's been buried begins to rise. That cry shakes the illusion of peace, and the ego reacts with war. The red horse is Cain's violence against exposure, the self turning on what reveals its guilt. The black horse brings judgment. The ego takes up the scales and pretends to weigh what's right and wrong. But the scales are empty because there's nothing left to measure. Truth has already spoken. The verdict's written. You have been weighed in the balance and found wanting. Yet the ego keeps pretending it can judge, refusing to see that it's already condemned itself. The black horse is false justice, Cain measuring smoke. The pale horse is death, not of the body, but of everything the ego built to feel alive. It's Cain's reward, the collapse of his own creation. Desire turns to dust, and nothing satisfies. The ego has spent itself, and all that's left is emptiness. The pale horse isn't victory or punishment, it's consequence. When the false self runs out of lies to feed on, it starves. When the four have ridden their course, the illusion is complete. The ego has spent its strength. Then comes silence, the seventh seal. Not victory, but the moment when Cain is exposed and the soul finally sees. That's where real awakening begins, and not through pride, but through the end of it. What does this mean for you? It means the four horsemen aren't coming for the world. They're already riding through you. Every deception you protect, every argument you defend, every judgment you pass, and every emptiness you feel, those are their tracks. The awakening begins when you stop chasing them and start seeing them for what they are, the movements of Cain within. And when you see this, the scripture becomes true. Everyone who finds me shall slay me. Because once Cain is recognized, he can't survive. Exposure is his end. That's when the noise stops, and the silence of the seventh seal begins. That's where truth finally speaks.